You supposed to be happy you sitting there with Kid L. Why you mad?
The Kid L podcast.
Oh yeah, man.
Isn't that wild? Introduce yourself to everybody who doesn't know real quick.
For everybody that don't know, the name's Undataka. Undataka. You know what I'm saying? Been spitting before the wrestler. You know what I mean? As a kid, I was spitting. So, you know, everybody be like, oh, Undertaker, you stole the name? No, I didn't steal the name. It's Undataka.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So we're talking about 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you came out before the Kane and Undertaker were taken out. Talk about tell everybody where you're from, first of all.
Oh, well, I'm from 8 Mile in Wyoming, the real 8 Mile, Royal Oak Township. It was sort of like a suburb of Ferndale, but it was a project. It was like an area where back in the days when it was dirt roads, when my grandmother got there first and everything, it was dirt roads, and only like the employees of like factories and maids that worked for white people and things like that could live there. And it had a wall around this area. And if you hear about it now, all you hear about is somebody getting shot at the hotel on 8 Mile, right there at 8 Mile and Myers, or someone getting ran over and killed at Kroger's on 8 Mile, stuff like that. It's a crazy area, you know, but it's on the other side of 8 Mile in Oakland County. And Ferndale doesn't claim it. Oak Park doesn't claim it. It's policed by the state troopers and everything. It's crazy.
What do you mean nobody claims it?
It's Royal Oak Township, the Rot. They don't claim it. Okay, I can say I'm from Ferndale. I can, if I fill out, you know how you do your address. You can put Ferndale on it, and your mail will come. You can put Royal Oak Township on it, and your mail will come. But you're not a part of Ferndale. You just can use that area code over there. You know what I mean? They don't claim it. Ferndale police doesn't come there and police. It's the state troopers and only the state troopers. And okay, if you get chased in there, yeah, Ferndale, Oak Park, all of them will come. But it's a crazy area.
Wait, earlier you said the real 8 Mile. What's the discrepancy between what you feel like is the real 8 Mile versus what the other 8 Mile is?
Okay, the real 8 Mile, when somebody says they from 8 Mile, like, oh, I'm from 8 Mile. Most 8 Mile people say that's like Livernois up to Greenfield. That's that 8 Mile area, Sconey. You know, you ever heard of Sconies? Mm-hmm. Okay, well, Sconies, all that Cherry Lawn, Eileen, all these streets. Other people, if somebody say I'm from 8 Mile and you say where, and you be like Evergreen, you're not from 8 Mile to us. You know what I mean? It's that area is Sconey, and Sconies only go so far. You know what I mean? Mm. So that was like, you know, you'll hear somebody say 8 Mile. I'm from 8 Mile, and it's like, okay, yeah, you from 8 Mile, but you're not from 8 Mile. 8 Mile is crazy. It's a crazy area. It's just right there, and like I said, my grandmother stayed in Royal Oak Township across 8 Mile in Oakland County. And then my mother stayed on the other side of 8 Mile, like maybe 6 blocks down by Bobian. It was a school called Bobian. So I was like a hybrid. I had friends in Detroit and Oakland County and things like that.
I know it's like kind of like a little bit off the wall concept, but the movie 8 Mile, is that area in the area that you're talking about?
No.
So where's the movie 8 Mile as relevant to what you're talking about?
8 Mile, basically when he went to the trailer park, that's like up 8 Mile, like yeah. Yes. See, and that's another type of 8 Mile. I heard them calling themselves scams down there or something on that part. That's not our 8 Mile. Our 8 Mile was just between like that area, Livernois up to Greenfield.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, you could say you're from 8 Mile, but you know, a 8 Mile nigga is like, I'm from 8 Mile, and you be like, where at Cherry Lawn? Or, you know, he'll say something crazy, Eileen, and you be like, oh, you a 8 Mile nigga. Okay.
What gives that area so much like of its story? What gives 8 Mile so much of its like presence? Why do you think 8 Mile was used as a way to emphasize Detroit, or in particular to boost a project?
Well, in my mind, everybody touches 8 Mile when they come somewhere. No matter where they from, you come down 8 Mile, you go up to 8 Mile. You know what I mean? But the significance of 8 Mile is the divider between Detroit and any other county. You know, like Oakland County, down the street it'd be Macomb, Warren, all that down there. It's like it's the dividing line. Like, okay, when Northland Mall was there, the idea would be, if I steal out of Northland, get in your car, get across the 8 Mile. And sort of like back in the day, they had to stop chasing you. When they got to 8 Mile, they had to call Detroit and tell them, get you. You know what I'm saying? It was like that was the home line. If I get across 8 Mile into Detroit, I'm good. Just gun it. You know what I mean? Gun it for 8 Mile. So it was the dividing street.
Yeah.
It's just the dividing line.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it was like, yeah, basically.
When you're growing up, what's kind of your mindset in life? Where are you at? Just growing up in Detroit, what was your first mindset as far as like career path or what you were going to do with your life?
I wanted to be an attorney.
Oh.
My brother kind of like messed up my life for me. He did all the bad stuff. First, my older brother, he did all the bad things, right? And it made my mother and my grandmother like crack down on me, throw me in church, lock me in church. And because of what he did, I didn't have any freedom to do anything. It was like my mother was like literally like, I'll kill you if you do anything. Silver 38, I will kill you if you try to take me through the pain. And me and my brother are 6 years apart.
Yeah.
So he kind of like messed it up for me, but he saved me in a way at the same time. I wanted to be an attorney because of the pain that I saw him putting my mother and my grandmother through. The night staying up, the going to jail, bonding him out, the coming home running, being chased by people trying to kill him, things like that. It when you're a kid and you waking up to the house screaming and you like, what is going on? And you just see that the pain is coming from this one person who had it all, though. Had it all, didn't have to do anything. Just chose to do, insane things. You know what I mean? So, I wanted to be an attorney because I wanted to stop all of that. That was my hero complex at the time when I was growing up. Like, I'm going to stop all this crime. And, and then I fell in love with MCs on the mic.
Yeah.
And was like, oh, that's how you become a hero. You lyrically I can, make a difference. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
what was your entry into that life where you're entering hip hop?
Funny thing is, my best friend Denard, we used to sit on the porch and I used to tell him that I had these dreams. I would tell him about my dreams and they'd be crazy, right? And we would just sitting there watching videos one day and he was like, I bet you can't do that. And we were looking at Big Daddy Kane.
Yeah.
And he was like, I bet you can't do that. And I was like, do what? He's like, I bet you can't rap like that. You can't write a rap. So I wrote a rap. And at this time I called myself number one obesity, because I was a big dude all my life. And I rapped it to him and he the funny part was he's sitting there like, and he's like, do it again. And he kept making me doing it. And all of a sudden, these like my best friend, he down here learned how to DJ from his uncle. And next thing you know, he down there sampling, making beats. And we start actually putting tapes together and just playing tapes in the neighborhood and stuff like that. And that's how I caught fire. People just started being like, man, you cold, little bro. Keep going, keep going. I mean, like, bro, like I said, I was raised sheltered. You know, my grandmother kept me in the gate. That was everybody's cap about me when I was little. Like, you couldn't come out the gate to play because my granny didn't want me out here getting hurt. But the crazy part was like the dope dealers in my neighborhood would have me come rap in their living rooms for their family.
Oh, wow.
They'd bring the family and like, look at this, check this shit out. And pay me when I be leaving. Like, they give me $100 when I leave. You know, so that was like the inspiration. They always tell me like, I want you out here dealing none of this shit, doing none of this stupid shit. If I catch you, I'm gonna kill you. If I catch you out here doing any of this stupid shit, because you got talent. You know what I mean? And that was back like when the OGs gave a fuck about you. You know what I'm saying? You could tell if you was meant to be something or you was a lackey. You know how they'd tell you, hey, run this bag down there. They would never tell me no shit like that. They'd tell me, sit the fuck down. What the hell you doing out here over there with them? I'll fuck you up if I catch you over there with them again.
Yeah.
You know? That leads me to one of the greatest dudes I ever met in my life, REEDY, MC REEDY. You probably haven't heard of him.
I know MC Reed.
MC REEDY from Deuce 8. All right? I met him. I was rapping at Coco's Comedy House.
Oh, cool.
Back in the day with Foolish and all of them. And I would call myself Jeffrey Dahmer because I would come in there to win this $100 they had every week. So what I would do was I would get up and I would rap whack. I'm stupid. I can rap anyway. All you rappers is gay. And they start. The thing was, if you rap whack, they shake their keys. And they start shaking their keys. When they did that, me and the DJ were cool. I tell him, cut the lights on. He'd cut the lights on. And I'll start rapping about the people shaking their keys, freestyling. Look at you, you ugly bitch. Your man is a hoe. You probably suck a dick. You know what I'm saying? I start going off. And the crowd all of a sudden would erupt, laughing for me and clapping for me. And I'd win $100 every week, right?
Cool.
Reedy sitting in the crowd. I don't know if you ever knew about the new dance show. It was these two twins on there. They called them the Gorilla Twins, two dark-skinned dudes. They looked the same. They was big dudes, and they do this move where they wobble their heads while they dancing, right? They was his bodyguards. They came up to me and was like, Reedy want to talk to you. MC Reedy like, look, if you get with me, I'm going to put you out. We going to blow up, right? So I'm thinking like, everybody say that. I go to his house over on 28th. It's a mansion.
Shit.
It's a mansion in the middle of the hood with a big gate around it, with a whole bunch of drop-top Cadillacs in the yard, Impalas, rimmed up, swimming pool in the yard, and it's gated off. It's gated where you can't see it. This man is literally throwing parties at his house, at his mansion, over here on 28th Street off 96. And the house should still be there. E40, Too Short, Biggie.
Oh.
You get what I'm saying? Back then, and I'm like, what?
So Biggie Smalls was chilling with you guys?
Yeah, he would. They
Damn.
would come to the city and get work. Craziness, right?
Wow.
West Coast, he was doing everything, and I ain't snitching. This ain't no snitch thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you because he passed.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard about it. He was the he had bought the Black Orchid over on Livernois and got killed in front of it. He was murdered in front of the Black Orchid. And they say it was a setup or whatever, but he got murdered in front of Black Orchid right when he was getting ready to try to really transform the money and start putting it into businesses and doing things. He was taking care of like a whole neighborhood over there off Tireman and Livernois, that area.
Which person was doing it?
MC Reedy.
Oh, MC Reedy. Okay. So
Yeah.
he was taking care of everything around there. He's
Families would come knock on the door like, I don't have nothing to eat. He'd hand them money. He would
Okay.
send packages to people's houses. This is like the first time I ever saw a dude that was like doing dirt, doing greatness. You know what I mean?
Like a Nino Brown type thing?
Yeah. Yeah. And he had this song with Trick. It was like, where them freaky bitches at? Where them freaky bitches, huh? Now, come on. If you look it up right now, it's Shake That or something.
No.
Shake That Ass. Him and Trick. Dude was incredible. Getting ready to put the album out. Getting ready to, like, push me everywhere, do everything. And the feds rated him first. This is before he passed. Feds rated him. Took all of my music. Took everything. So I'm just going through this to tell you I had many a crazy setback.
Yeah.
They come take everything. I'm talking about, he would literally like tell me like, we'll come and he'll be like, look at the feds down there on the telephone pole. And it'd be like guys looking like they working and they watching him. You know what I mean? Like, look at this. He's like, man, I'm going to get raided in a minute. It's crazy, Tate. You know what I'm saying? He be talking to me about it. They raided him, took everything, you know how they do. They take the whole studio, everything. All my music, gone. You know what I'm saying?
Damn. Fucking sucks.
Yeah. And nobody ever just like gives props to this guy, REEDY, man. MC REEDY was a legend in this city. And I'm going to tell you something else that's crazy. He actually made me battle Esham.
No way.
At the Nile on Jefferson. It was a club called the Nile. He's like, just sicking me on people, get him. Destroyed him. You know what I mean?
So you beat Esham in a freestyle and a rap battle?
Freestyle, yes.
Damn.
Yes. See, and he'll get up here and nah. Yeah.
Who else was at these battles with you guys? Was anybody else around there? Because I know that was like a whole group of people that are have flourished in their careers. Like, did anybody else besides Esham come to these battles?
This wasn't even a battle rap session. This was like a regular club where he was there, and REEDY had this power where he could just go up and like, give me the mic. And they give him the mic and he'd be like, get him, Undertaker.
Wow.
And that's what they used to do. They used to just sick me on people just to get people. You know what I mean?
Wow. Was Esham the biggest person that you ever went against?
No. Not in my mind. In my mind, Proof was.
Oh, wow. You went against Proof.
Proof. Me and Proof were like I say, like Vader and Obi-Wan. Like, it was like a constant thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes on the West, wherever we were at, he would win. And then if we got somewhere where it was neutral, I would win. You know what I mean? Because in Detroit, there's cliques. You know what I'm saying? There's cliques. And if you go to the place where these cliques are prevalent at, he's always going to win.
Wow.
You know what I mean? We had Ebony Showcase.
Ebony Showcase, right.
We had Napoleon's Retreat. That was over on Chicago. We had C-Note over on Van Dyke and 7 Mile.
Right.
Timbo's on the east side on Gratiot.
And then everything eventually leads to the original hip hop shop, kind of.
And of course the hip hop shop.
Yeah.
The hip hop shop was where it first really started for me. You know what I mean? First time I walk in the hip hop shop, this is why I really contacted you too. I was in a crew. I used to be in a crew with Bizarre.
Oh, cool.
And this is before we all blew and everything, you know. And Bizarre quit being my crewmate because he literally told people I was gonna get him killed one day. He felt like I was gonna get him murdered.
Why?
Because I would go to people's house and battle them. So, like, let's say if they told me you rap, they'd tell me you rap. I find out where you live. I'm knocking on your door on a Saturday morning. Like, hey, are you Kid L the rapper? You like, yeah. All right, well, I got some music. Let's do it right here in your house. Let's see what your family think. Battle you in front of your family and you lose. You know, he was afraid that sooner or later.
So you were so good at rap battling and you really got deep and cut into people so deep that he thought retaliation was a possibility.
Exactly.
Wow.
So he left me alone, disappeared, and then I come into the hip hop shop. I'm just coming in to see what's going on. This is the first time I heard of it. I got a skull cap on. I'm drinking a 40, you know, sweating. It's hot outside. I come in. And he jump out on me like, hey, Undertaker, I'm going to rip you. And I'm like, what? I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I'm saying? I thought we were cool. We were crew. He tries to battle me. I fillet him, saute him easily, right? And this is what he tells Math Hoffa. He tells Math Hoffa, that Eminem jumps out all of a sudden with a cape on and destroys me. And that was it. It was like on 8 Mile the movie, he said. He told him it's like 8 Mile the movie when it happened. Eminem jumped out and he killed him and sent him home with a loss and everything, right? And I'm like, that ain't how it happened. What happened was Eminem jumped out and then he handed the mic to Proof. Then he handed the mic to Fuzz Scooter. And then it ended.
Did you get to come back?
No.
You didn't get to spit your bars?
No.
Damn.
That's how it ended. It ended. It was over.
What's the integrity behind them doing that if that's what happened? Like, what's the integrity behind them saying whatever they want to say to you, but then cutting it off so that you can't say anything back? Like, is that a normal thing?
See, this is the part where my wife wants me to stay neutral on how I talk about this.
Okay.
Because how you talk about people is past. I'll say this. They were incredible. They were incredible MCs. They were good artists. But the settings sometimes always seemed to favor them. They would do this stuff to people, and somehow the DJ would say, okay, that's it. Time has run out. That's it. It's time to go. Because, we in Maurice Malone's shop, who is their homeboy. So now it's, okay, it's over. So it's time to go. And they would do that to a few people. And that's what made me wage war on their crew. Like, I was like, okay, well, in your setting, if this happens, I'm going everywhere. And I'm going to attack you everywhere. I'm going everywhere. You know what I mean? We gonna see how this goes.
So basically, Eminem, some of the D12, including Proof and Bizarre, are at the hip-hop shop. And you walk in, and they put you in a position where they're all rap battling you, taking turns rap battling you, and before you get your chance to battle back, they cut off the mics.
Yeah, it was over.
Are you guys just standing there like, what up after that? Or like, is it just like you just leave? Or like, what the?
No, I leave.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Were
saying?
you
I turned
pissed
around
or
and leave.
really?
Hell yeah, I was pissed,
Yeah.
right? So that leads me into, I leave, and at this time, I'm number one obesity still. Fat Mac was the nickname. I leave, I go up to Mammoth. You remember Mammoth on Greenfield?
Mm-mm.
Mammoth was this place that was like a mini hood mall. It's right on Greenfield and Grand River. It's a mini hood mall that used to be there. You could go in there and buy food, clothes, everything. It was like a mini Northland, but it was a hood Northland.
Kind of like a Greenfield Plaza type situation?
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. So I go in there and it's a guy sitting on the table, and he you know how hard it is to do a beat with your hands and rap at the same time?
Yes.
This dude named Lord Manifest is in there rapping. Lord Manifest was his name. And he was with the Wu. He was selling mixtapes. He was doing stuff with Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
I didn't really know what hip-hop was at that moment. I had listened to it, but I didn't know the nature and the true essence. He takes me. He kicks it with me. He like, yo, God, we can murder anybody on the mic, son. I'll show you what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? He had one of the chew sticks in his mouth. He like, this how you got to do it. You know what I mean? And he would spit, and I'd be sitting there just soaking all this in. He just like brought New York to me. You know what I mean? And the essence of it. And then I went to New York, and I learned what it truly was, just to go through. And I battled Cassidy and Jen when we were trying to get with the Rough Riders. Cool. With Wadeen and all them. They know me. You know what I mean? It was just learning what the essence of it was. And when I came back, I called myself Undataka because I said, because of what y'all did to me, I'm going to bury every MC I ever meet. I'm going to bury him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's when I went on this mission. And if you hear people talk about me or say something about me, they're going to say, Undertaker, that guy, he's, I'm this, I'm the villain. I'm I'm the guy from the Harry Potter movies, he whose name they won't speak and all that, he who shall not be named, all of that. And I think kind of like I got blackballed by these guys. You know what I'm saying? Sort of. So the crazy part is, to retaliate, I went, back to my neighborhood, went over to Old Park, started rapping with my homeboy Greg, who is the older brother of Royce the 5'9".
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I watched Wall Street be created right here in the basement, because they used to watch me and Greg rap. They sit on the steps and watch us. They were really like homeboys. So when Royce was ready to start really rhyming, I brought him into the Ebony Showcase, because in the Ebony Showcase, if you got 2 songs, that meant you were like somebody, because most people only got 1. So what I would do is I would rap 1 song, and then I say, okay, let Wall Street come up. Royce, come on up here and show these dudes what's up. And they were like the answer to D12 and Eminem and them to me. I was going to create a crew that was going to, counterbalance that. Plus, we were from across 8 Mile. So I was kind of like, so Detroit dudes be having a problem with me like that. This is how Detroit is. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to go and I'm going to pull some powerful MCs from Oakland County, and that's when we yelling 248 everywhere. Like, they be like 313, I'll be like 248. 8 Mile, throwing up the 4s. And all my 8 Mile people going to be like, yeah. Because I do, on everything I do. Even though I'm a hybrid, you know what I'm saying? But it was supposed to be like a counterattack to D12. And then somehow Eminem heard him or whatever, and they went around me. And next thing I know, Bad Meets Evil happens. And I'm like...
Oh, they picked up Royce?
Yeah. And I'm kind of like, okay. All right.
Wow.
But
Eminem, when Bad Meets Evil came out, they were already kind of on fire already. They were kind of like ready.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? I didn't know that it was connecting like that. You know what I mean? Like, and plus I had gotten to a skirmish with Proof where they tried to jump me and things like this. So I was really thinking that everybody was going to be like, fuck all of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, how crew's supposed to be.
Why did Proof want to hurt you?
Well, I mean, I do have a crazy battle style. I like.
So you crossed the line in your battles is what was happening. Like
always.
You went like a step too far.
No, there is no too far in battle.
There's not supposed to be, but in their minds, to them, they were like, you're taking it too far. Like, you're not supposed to address certain things. Like, I talked about that with Esham, like bringing up a daughter or bringing up certain things that are like supposed to be unwritten off rules things. Like, you were always crossing into those lanes.
Yes.
Okay.
Because in war, when you go to war, just like right now with the war that's going on, I feel bad for a lot of things that's happening, but I'm like, it's war, bro. When a bomb explodes, you can't say, okay, bomb, just explode and kill my enemies.
It seems like, from what I hear from a lot of these stories, when I hear about the battle scene in the early 2000s and the early late 1990s, it seems like what happens is a lot of people who are in the rap battle scene abide by those rules, that there is no rules. And then once there's a level of power, they're almost like, fuck you. Now, if you fuck with me, I'm going to show you what my power can do. So now we're not talking about skill no more.
Right.
We're not talking about craft. We're not talking about the raw battle no more. I have so much power over you that I'm going to make you lose everything just off of strength, just off my strength, basically.
Yeah.
Not off of my ability anymore, but just off the strength of what I got. Which is scary as hell, because now you're like not playing the game no more. Now you're not in the rap game anymore. Now you're like in the empire game, kind of.
Yeah.
Empire of artists. Like, collect as many artists and turn them against whoever you want.
And that's garbage to me. That's garbage. Like this Drake and Kendrick battle, it really depressed me. It really hurt me. Because I remember when Kendrick first came and he did Rigor Mortis. And that song made me do a diss song back to Kendrick. I did a diss song at Kendrick. I don't know him or anything, but it infuriated me because I was like, I'm watching Kendrick in the video stepping over dead bodies like your favorite rapper. He did. I killed him. Yeah. That's when he was like lethal, you know. And I like lethal MCs. Lethal MCs just seem like they make me angry, and I just go and write these sick ass runs because that's what we supposed to do. I feel like it's like Highlander. Like when I walk in the room and it's a lethal MC in the room, I'm supposed to feel it and be like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to take your head because I want your power. You know what I mean? And there can only be one. And that's the way I was raised on this. I mean, I'm talking about, bro, I'm 17 years old in my neighborhood battle rapping 30-year-olds because they done heard I can rap and they want to come to my house, stand outside and tell me to come outside and battle me. You know, that's what I grew up in. You know, it wasn't, we're going to go do a song real quick. No, it was, hey, little nigga, you rap? Okay, well, listen, the flows of fury, they hit you when they come to get you. When they come to get, and you like, oh, man, I've been listening to, you know, dude, my favorite rapper is Big Daddy Kane and lyrical niggas, Rakim. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'll punch you in the face, screaming, bitches, this what you want? Leave blood leaking on your lap like it's your time of the month. You know what I'm saying? I'm killing dudes. And that's what I felt like was supposed to happen. Between Kendrick and Drake, you gotta like, oh, I gotta listen deeply and I gotta analyze. And what killed me was it was like white professors like, okay, well, I broke it down. It's on YouTube and stuff. They're like, with a chalkboard, Kendrick said that if you know what I'm saying? I'm like, what? We had to analyze what the fuck he said to understand what happened. Are you serious? You know what I'm saying? And then, oh, we have to analyze Drake's part. Drake said ovo, and I'm like, what the fuck has this become? Where it was just clean and clear who won. It's like all these dudes are just dancing around. Any battle that happened, we got Future in the battle. Is you like that nigga when I come to? I'm like, oh, and then Chris Brown showed everybody how to rap. All of a sudden, Chris Brown showed everybody how to rap. Chris Brown showed you that when you dismantle a motherfucker, you dismantled him, and he a singer. Right. He dismantled that nigga.
Yeah, so you're seeing a different type of rap battling that's happening now than opposed to what was happening in the 90s and early 2000s. Right now, if you look at the scene, like the prominent battle rappers like Shoebox Money, Real Calico, like these guys are starting rap battle scenes around here. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
Calico's really trying to bring out the rap battle scene out here. Have you been to any of the events?
No, Calico animal. Yeah. See, Calico, I stand behind Calico because right before his father was getting locked up, he introduced me to him at a show and told Calico, like, you know, you can worry about all these other niggas, but this the nigga you better worry about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And once I heard Calico and his father, Blackface, that nigga is an animal on the mic. I'm talking about, I feel like he'll kill Scarface on the mic.
So you appreciate what they're doing more so than the mainstream is when it comes to rap battling and beefing.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's like funny, like how you're saying people are breaking down these battles because at face value, it's not easy to interpret what's exactly happening.
Exactly. I gotta explain it. Yeah. We have to explain it to him, and then you finally say, "Oh, that's why he won." Instead of it being brutal, brutal and horrific, where I won because this guy's like literally like bleeding from his ears.
So when you're in this situation where you're with Royce, and then all of a sudden D12 and Eminem's crew kind of take him in, and they kind of help prosper with him. How are you feeling, and what's your how do you re-strategize after that?
I really didn't want Royce to fuck with them. I believe that he was above and beyond them. You understand what I'm saying? Royce was better than Eminem. He was going to be this creature that was going to just take over everything. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that, I feel like, okay, if I'm on top, if I was Eminem, I'd go around and try to assimilate dope rappers that I think are going to either outshine me one day or become an enemy to me. So, and I play chess. I'm heavy on chess, right? 48 Laws of Power, all of these. I'm a Robert Greene animal, right? So I see 20 steps ahead. I try to really, I would just like get 50, get Royce, put them all under me, get them cool, you know, work their career so they'll keep me as they friend instead of their enemy. You know what I mean? I believe that Royce did not need to do what he, to go with him. It was a nice opportunity or whatever, but I feel like he was going to get there on his own. Because you remember the beginning Royce. That dude, I used to listen to him and stand there like, oh my God, okay. Dude, and now it seems like, the industry has gotten to him a little bit and he's, like kind of calmed down. It's like, I feel like they lose their viciousness. His brother, Kid Vicious, I just did a show with him called the Barcode.
Yeah, I've seen
where
that.
we open for Razzcast and everything, right?
Yeah.
His brother is like him now, trying just this bar animal. He like all I'm gonna bring his bars ever. I
think Proof Son's rapping now too, man, which is crazy.
Yeah. I haven't heard him yet.
They're smart in the fact that they knew who the best MCs were to incorporate and move forward with. It's interesting that they didn't grab you because you crossed the line with them in whatever manners that you did. They were like, okay, we're not gonna bring you and be a part of this. Do you feel like they would have, if you hadn't crossed the lines, you would have been a part of D12 somehow?
Okay, now that's a good subject because now we get to the subject of, I call them dick biters. Okay, it seems like here you have to bow down. You have to kiss the rings of people to become something. You can't just be great and stand on your own. And they say, okay, well, look, I got something for you. Give me your CD. I'm going to drop it on the table for you. No, it's like you have to submit. You got to carry my speakers. You got to stand behind me. You got to put on a shower cap. Bizarre. You got to, purple pill it. You know what I mean? When that's not what you were on, but you got to become something else. And then later on, you can try to be who you are, but you already put into this category.
Really pigeonholed yourself a little bit.
Yeah. You see? And that's why I wouldn't. I'm like, I'm not going to get down with this shit. You know what I'm saying? From the first taste of what I got from you guys and how you do it, no way. You know what I'm saying?
Do you feel like did you watch Esham's interview?
No, but I heard about it.
So did you, like in Esham's talk, basically, it was interesting how he was developing his sound, same time Eminem's developing his sound, and even though there could have been a relationship as far as them building together, there was that separation instead. Even though Esham was dominating, he was one of the pioneers, he's really building a foundation. And for Eminem and Esham to not work out didn't really make sense to too many people until you look at behind the scenes. But did you watch that happen?
I mean, number one is, to me, I remember the old Esham with the satanic stuff, and M wasn't a satanic type of guy. He was a lyrical, metaphorical. See, okay, Eminem was never hardcore to me. He wasn't a hardcore person like King Gordy. King Gordy, I got songs with him too. King Gordy had a song where he was talking about, I'm standing outside of the church ready to snatch the wings off of an angel and rape Satan in the anus. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Eminem has had those lyrics though. I mean, he wrote Kim. That song was fucking nuts, bro.
Yeah, okay. He has his dark passenger, but he doesn't live off of seeming like he's this demonic entity that's ready to stand next to Satan and destroy the world and Nodis and all of this crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like Eminem goes there.
He teetered with it, yeah. Like he teeter-tottered with it, but he never like made it the whole encompassing factor of his image, right? And Esham was more on that satanic kind of level, right?
Contacts, all of that craziness. You know, Hobson style. Hobson was like that for a minute.
Right.
ICP, the way they go with their insane clown posse thing, that's dope. But like I said, never struck me, as a satanic person.
Right.
You know what I mean? He was just lyrical. And people will try to group me in, Undertaker, if you hear some of my earlier stuff. Because growing up rough, I had an imagination, and the M was the same way. His imagination is wild when it comes to that mic. And you can do things that other people can't do and explain things differently than they can. You know what I mean? And people automatically try to group you into some horrific category because your metaphors are more gruesome than the average person. You know what I mean?
I mean, they created a genre for like horrorcore rap and acid rap and everything. They kind of like subgenred it. Like this is its own thing right now, which is kind of where Esham fell into. And it's interesting to hear your take on that, though. They were just different artists, even though they were massively skilled and came from the same areas. It's like
And I have a confession.
Mm-hmm.
I never listened to Esham.
Oh, damn. When you're getting out of this area of realizing you're kind of a little bit by yourself now, like you were coming up with Royce a little bit, you're trying to figure that out, trying to facilitate a group, and you realize that's not going to work out anymore. What's your mindset at, and what's happening in the scene at that time?
Okay, so I've always been a solo artist. See, even when Wall Street performed and I was down, them my boys, I never did things with them because at that time I was so hot in the street. I didn't want them to say, oh, well, that's Undertaker and Wall Street. You know what I mean? I would always stand like, no way. You know what I'm saying? Y'all not going to group that in with me. So I've always been a lone wolf. Basically, I stayed on my path, my mission. I would have different managers. I run into managers. I was under the management that started with Lola Damone and Drunken Master when they got signed to FUBU, when they were doing the FUBU thing, the 50 players deep thing.
Cool.
I was under the same management, Sterling Group. I watched all that happen with that. My manager was trying to tell me, like, look, I'm going to try to talk to them and see if I can get you to ghostwrite. Because FUBU wants records. They want an album from them, and we wasting time and everything, This is with Dame and all of them dudes. So I'm just waiting because I'm down. I'm like, whatever we got to do, let's get it. You know what I mean? Let's get it. I'm trying to get my music heard by FUBU, but they were so into Lola Damone and Drunken Master at that moment.
So they shelved you a little bit.
I was just waiting my turn because they were negotiating this deal, doing this thing with them, trying to grow it. And I'm in the background, like, okay, well, I'm going to keep doing my thing, selling CDs out the trunks. I'm standing at Kmart, selling my CD out the trunk in front of Kmart on 7 Mile.
Damn.
You know what I mean? Trying to just keep myself going because I'm not relying on one thing. I'm always on the move with my music. That falls through. Nothing happens from this with FUBU and them because an album wasn't given. A full album was not given to them because that 50 Players Deep song was banging and they wanted follow-ups. And if you ever remember, was there ever a follow-up to 50 Players Deep or anything after that? Nope.
So what do you do after that? What's the strategy?
You just keep moving.
Yeah.
So after that didn't work with them. Oh, and also Helliver was under our management at the time too. Under our same management. This is before Helliver was really like Helly Hansen on it. You know what I'm saying? We all young dudes just trying to find our way. So
wasn't it like Mae West or something like that? What was it called?
Yeah, with Mae West and everything.
Yeah.
So we like I said, we under the Sterling Group trying to figure everything out. Sterling Group was like I said, they got Lola Damone in them and they got us in the background and they trying to figure out how can we ride off of their success, put an album out, and then keep us going, funnel us through FUBU.
Right. Damn.
When that didn't work, FUBU sold the clothing line, remember? Mm-hmm. And it's like they quit messing with the rap game all of a sudden.
Yeah, Damon John tested it out real quick and then realized it wasn't working. Talked about that on Shark Tank before.
Right. So I'm sitting here like, okay, what do we do now? So I leave that I leave that management and I find some dudes off the east side. My boy Muff, my boy Rudy. They get me a meeting with Def Jam. Okay, we get this meeting with Def Jam. I got music, and now Eminem's at this time Eminem's album is out, and I think it's where he's talking about doing something to his mother.
Either Slim Shady or Marshall Mathers LP.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay.
And I similarly have a song on there where I rapped something about my mother and things like this, right? So they start getting fidgety on me a little bit because they're like, man, you sound like M. When Eminem's album came out, people would call me and say, dude, I heard your song on the radio. I'm like, no, that's not me. That's Eminem. That's Slim Shady. They like, well, he stole your style. I'm like, no. I say, dude, listen, this is Detroit style. This was Detroit style. This is how most of the rappers were really spitting. You know what I mean? It's just that to hear a white guy rap like that is like, what the fuck? That's a fucking amazing. This dude is incredible. You know what I'm saying? Now I understood that to hear a dude, you know what I'm talking about. When you first heard him, you were like,
I thought he was black, 100%.
You get what I'm saying?
First time I heard him.
For Scooter was like his homeboy who sounded exactly the same. Bugs, all of these guys, Bugs that passed.
Yes.
They all were from that same thing. You know what I mean? And we all, man, it's just crazy. And like I said, going to Def Jam with the album, and I'm freestyling my albums at the time. We just go in the studio and I freestyle them, put a hook on them. We get to Def Jam and they like, well, what we want to do is, and my managers and them, they balling on the east side. They tell them what we want to do is we want to give you like a little bit of chump change and put him in the artist development deal and do this. And these, I'm literally sitting here with Def Jam like, I say, okay, I'm ready. I want this. These niggas, what? I got more money than what you talking about right now in my motherfucking pocket. They throw money on the fucking table. They like, give us more money or we getting the fuck out of here right motherfucking now. You know? And I'm on a flight. I swear to God, less than an hour later, I'm back on the flight going home. No deal, no nothing. They gave me an expedition to drive around Detroit, which is crazy. Everybody tell you it had Def Jam on it. I'm killing it. I'm thinking I'm about to be a Def Jam representative. And I come home to nothing again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and it's just crazy, dude. The punches that you take and you got to start over and keep doing this. I've been doing this a little minute. You know what I mean?
It's tough to hear that, man, because it seems like everybody knew your potential. They knew what you could bring to the table, but it's just like there was always this just little bit of a barricade stopping you from getting to the next level. Which is unfortunate. Super unfortunate. Does anything transpire from that point till now? Does anything where like it's like, okay, there's a hope again, or was everything kind of just like, okay?
Oh, well, the thing is, like I say, I do music because I love it.
Yeah, true MC shit.
And right now, it's not even about a deal anymore. You know what I mean? It's like now, all you have to do is content. The people, catch the attention. Like you've done. You've grown yourself incredibly. I've watched you.
Thank
you know what I mean?
Thank you, bro.
That's what I'm learning to do.
Yes.
Content. Got to start growing yourself. Grow it. And then people will come, and those people that come will spread the word. And that's the base you mess with until your base keeps expanding and expanding and expanding.
Yeah.
It's not about getting signed to no labels. It's not about nothing anymore. It's about you putting your grind in and doing it. And like I said, watching you do it, I'm like, okay,
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a content creation world now more so, and it's like because you can market yourself and use your platform to market yourself, it's easier to find an audience that resonates with you. Before, I'm sure they had marketing strategies and all that meetings to literally figure out how do we market ourselves in all these different cities.
Yeah.
Now it's like you open up Instagram and you can find people that just rock with you. I mean, if there's so many millions of people in the United States, imagine if you get yourself on all their faces for free, you're gonna build an audience naturally. Now, the thing about that is obviously it's hard to maintain it when you don't have the skill and the ability to maintain it. So you start doing goofy shit to basically maintain it. You start doing viral, goofy shit to maintain something so you don't lose it. Instead of like focusing on a craft, instead of really getting precise about your craft, you're like, oh, I got to goofify myself so I stay relevant, which is scary. And it's going to deplete. Don't think this is going to stay forever. The goofy era where everybody just hops on their phones and thinks they can get away with making music on their cell phone, that shit's going to end in a couple of years. Once people start getting sick of it and start wanting like that real, raw, real well-crafted, thought-out, substance-based material, everybody's like, man, fuck this shit. I'm not listening to no bullshit anymore. I want to hear real shit.
Yeah.
You know?
And, you know, I swear I'm waiting for that to happen.
That's going to happen. 2 years.
And the crazy part is, you know, I'm on dialysis. Bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Kidneys failed.
Sorry to hear that's tough, man. I'm sorry to hear that, bro.
Yeah. Yes. Hey, it keep me alive. You know what I mean? If we didn't have dialysis, I'd be dead by now. You know what I mean? So my dialysis tech was this younger dude, right? And he real into the mainstream in the world. And he never believed all this stuff I would tell him, you know, things I would tell him. So I was like, you know, come out to a show and I'll show you something. Because, you know, what he'll do is he'll go look at my numbers and look at this, and he'll be like, well, I don't see too many people, you know, you ain't got 100,000 views on nothing or all this, you know, because now it's like a show me thing. Like you can say you're Kid L and they'll go see the numbers. You know, and they'll believe you. If they go sit, I'm Undataka and I'm this and that, and they don't see the numbers.
I have heard your name from a few different people before. People who are well credited and were around that scene before. Like we've had El Nuke on here, we've had Bizarre on here, we've had people that have been around those times, and I've heard your name a few times. And your name's not gonna get mentioned if that shit's not true. People,
yeah.
If you're illegit, people are not gonna say a fucking word about you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I've heard. Obviously, there's always two sides to a story. So like one day, if I ever have Royce on here, or if I have Bizarre back on here again, I just really acknowledge the conversation. Like, you know, I talked to Undertaker and he said these things happen, and then you get his side of the story. Because even when I talked to Esham, there was Bizarre side of the story, and then there's Esham's side of the story. It's like, you know, Al Nuke's side of the story. It's like all these different perspectives. So you just get everybody's story, and that's all that matters. Everybody can fit in the puzzle pieces wherever they want and believe what they want to believe at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's real.
Is there anything you want to talk about before we sign off, man?
Oh, well, basically, I got new projects I'm working on. God got my flow. I was waiting for this interview so I could drop the video. The video will be out Monday.
Cool.
It's called God Got My Flow. You know, it's about mental health. You know, men needing to express themselves and have someone to talk to. My pastor's in the video. My pastor, DeShante Irvin, Rocket Ages, over on Grand River and Greenfield. I mean, Evergreen, excuse me. Good man, has guided me through a few things. This went crazy in my life. You know, with ups and downs like this, we all need someone to talk to.
Yeah.
You know, and of course, black people don't really believe in therapy. You know, going to therapists. I don't want to be on no Zoloft or nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, bar heavy. Hashtag bar heavy. That's what I'm pressing. I'm not hip hop no more, because if you ask a young dude right now what hip hop is, what is hip hop to him, he's gonna say Drake, Kodak Black, all of these names, and that's not what hip hop is. You know what I'm saying? Not to me.
Man, they got you got Black Milk out there still kicking it, man. You got fucking Pop out there still kicking it. You got, man, right now I feel like hip hop is still very much substantially different than what rap is. Substantially different. There's like a different cross to it to get to it, but you know, it's integrated a little bit. Some rappers are swaying back and forth between hip hop and rap, and some hip hop artists are swaying back and forth between rap and hip hop.
Yeah.
But I still feel like hip hop culture is its own thing. Like dancing kind of went away, which is unfortunate. Like I don't see people beatboxing anymore like they used to, or jitting like they used to anymore.
Yeah.
But that element's kind of taken out, and hip hop was a part about that too. It wasn't just about rapping; it was also about the whole culture behind it, that whole scene behind it, which is unfortunate. But
I mean, it's still alive overseas. Slum Village, all of them still go overseas. Fat Cat, all them dudes, Elzai, they go overseas and they clean up. And like I said, they break dancing over there. It seemed like overseas holds the culture of what hip hop is more than us.
We had somebody come over here and they were talking about how Jay Dilla is celebrated in other countries way more than he is in the United States. Like Andy Detroit, like he's celebrated heavily. Like they have Jay Dilla like a day for him, obviously in America, but overseas, like he's still considered one of the grandmasters.
Yeah, shout out to my man Ronnie Kelly that be putting the Jay Dilla thing together. Killer Gans, excuse me for using your government name.
Well, we already both know this talk is going to go super viral for many different reasons.
I know.
So we're going to look for the feedback on it. Hopefully things go better for what's happening right now with hip hop, and hopefully things flourish for you with this. This is a great story. I appreciate you being a part of this. Look forward to the tape dropping Monday. We'll get this interview out before that, so that way you can help promote. We're at Parallel Sound Studio, High Level Visual Shootings Productions. We're out. Peace.
All right. Peace out.